Before the sun fully rises, the African savanna begins to awaken. The air holds a pre-dawn chill, a sharp contrast to the heat that will soon bake the earth. Cold wind moves through endless grass, a vast, rustling sea of muted gold and green, bending each blade in quiet unison. Mist clings low to the ground, a soft, white blanket that softens the silhouettes of acacia trees scattered across the horizon like ancient sentinels. In the dim, gray light, the world is a study in monochrome, shapes and shadows more prominent than colors. The only sounds are the whisper of the wind and the distant, lonely call of a night finishing its hunt. This is a moment of pure tranquility, a deep breath before the daily drama of survival begins. Slowly, imperceptibly at first, the eastern sky begins to bleed color. A faint blush of pink appears, then deepens into a vibrant orange that spills across the horizon, pushing back the darkness. The mist begins to retreat, dissolving into ethereal wisps that catch the nascent light, glowing for a moment before vanishing completely. The silhouettes of the acacias sharpen, their feathery leaves now distinct against the brightening sky. The air warms, losing its sharp edge, and the scent of damp earth and crushed grass rises to greet the new day. The sounds of the night fade, replaced by the tentative chirps and calls of the first birds stirring from their roosts. A flock of guinea fowl, still huddled together for warmth, begins to murmur and shift, their speckled bodies like a collection of patterned stones. The world is transitioning, moving from the quiet solitude of night to the vibrant, chaotic energy of day. High on a rocky outcrop, a lone lioness stands, her powerful form a dark shape against the burgeoning light. She lifts her head, her golden eyes scanning the vast expanse below. Her breath plumes in the cool air as she lets out a low, guttural roar that rolls across the plains. It's not a roar of aggression, but one of decoration, a statement of presence and ownership. The sound is absorbed by the immense landscape, yet it carries a weight that seems to settle over everything, a reminder of the apex predator's reign. Her cubs, small and still clumsy, tumble out from a crevice in the rocks behind her, their playful growls and mock pounces a stark contrast to their mother's stoic stillness. She tolerates their antics with a patient flick of her tail, her focus remaining fixed on the herds beginning to stir in the distance. Her hunt is over for now, her belly full from the night's success, but her instincts are ever present, always calculating, always aware. Below the outcrop, the great herds have begun to move. A sprawling congregation of wildebeest, their shaggy heads low, starts to graze, their collective grunts a constant, low frequency hum. They move as one entity, a river of dark bodies flowing slowly across the grasslands. Amongst them, zebras stand out, their black and white stripes a dazzling optical illusion in the early light. They are more skittish, their heads constantly up, ears swiveling to catch the faintest sound of danger. A few individuals engage in a brief, nipping dispute before rejoining the rhythm of the herd. Giraffes, towering and elegant, move with a slow, deliberate grace, their long necks allowing them to browse on the tender leaves of taller bushes that other grazers cannot reach. They seem to be in their own world, serene and unbothered, yet their height gives them an unparalleled vantage point, making them unwitting watchmen for the entire community. In a muddy wallow near a shrinking waterhole, a family of warthogs emerges from their burrow. They trot with tails held high like antennae, snorting and digging at the ground with their formidable tusks in search of roots and tubers. Their bristly hides are caked in dried mud, a natural sunblock and insect repellent. They are the comedians of the savannah, their comical appearance belying a fierce and resilient nature. Not far from them, a herd of elephants makes its way towards the water. The matriarch leads, her immense size and ancient wisdom evident in every measured step. Calves stay close to their mothers, their small trunks fumbling as they try to imitate the adults. They communicate in rumbles too low for the human ear to detect, a complex social language that binds their family unit together. When they reach the water's edge, they drink deeply, spraying water over their backs to cool their thick skin, their sheer presence commanding respect from all other creatures. The sun has now cleared the horizon, a brilliant, white-hot orb that instantly begins to burn away the last of the morning's coolness. The colors of the savanna explode into life. The grasses are no longer muted but a rich tapestry of ochre, gold, and vibrant green. The sky is a vast, cloudless dome of brilliant blue. The heat builds rapidly, and a shimmering haze begins to rise from the ground, distorting the distant landscape. Activity intensifies. A column of Thompson's gazelles, graceful and swift, pranks across the plain. Their stiff-legged jumps a display of vitality and a signal to predators that they are fit and not worth the chase. On a termite mound a meerkat stands sentinel, bolt upright on its hind legs, its dark eyes scanning the sky for eagles and the horizon for jackals. Its sharp, chirping alarm call will send the entire mob scurrying for the safety of their burrow in an instant. Predators, too, are adapting to the rising heat. The lioness has led her cubs back into the shade of the rocks, where they will doze through the hottest part of the day. But not all hunters rest. A cheetah, the epitome of speed and grace, sits atop another termite mound, its slender body taut with concentration. Its spotted coat provides perfect camouflage in the dappled light beneath a thorn tree. It is not watching the main herds, but a smaller, isolated group of impala grazing near a thicket. Its gaze is locked onto a young male that has strayed slightly from the others. The cheetah does not move, its patience absolute. It is waiting for the perfect moment, conserving its explosive energy for the short, decisive burst that will mean the difference between a meal and starvation. Every muscle is coiled, every sense is heightened. The air around it seems to crackle with anticipation. In the branches of a sausage tree a leopard lounges, almost invisible. Its rosetted coat blends seamlessly with the leaves and shadows. The remains of a small antelope are wedged securely in a fork above it, safe from scavengers on the ground. The leopard's tail twitches idly as it observes the world below with an air of detached superiority. It is the master of stealth, a solitary and elusive hunter that operates on its own terms. Nearby, a troop of baboons forages on the ground, their complex social hierarchy playing out in a series of squabbles, grooming sessions, and watchful glances. The dominant male sits slightly apart, a formidable guardian, while the young ones chase each other, their playful shrieks echoing through the trees. They are opportunists, intelligent and adaptable, finding food in everything from seeds and fruits to insects and small vertebrates. Their constant chatter adds another layer to the rich soundscape of the savanna. As midday approaches, the heat becomes relentless. The air is thick and heavy, and most animals seek out shade. The great herds slow their grazing, many lying down to rest and chew their cud. The illusion of peace settles over the plains, but it is a fragile one. Danger is never far away. Circling high above, a battler eagle rides the thermal currents, its wings held in a distinctive V-shape. Its incredible eyesight can spot the slightest movement, the faintest sign of a potential meal from thousands of feet in the air. On the ground, a pack of hyenas, often miscast as mere scavengers, rests in the shade of a bush. They are powerful and intelligent predators in their own right, their social structure as complex as any wolf pack. Their eerie, laughing calls will haunt the plains later, as they begin their own coordinated hunt under the cover of darkness. The tension is a constant, humming undercurrent beneath the oppressive heat of the sun. The eternal cycle of life and death is simply on a brief pause, waiting for the cool of the evening to resume its relentless pace. The savanna is never truly still, it is merely holding its breath.